Today we'll be unboxing a endoscope that we purchased off of Amazon. This is basically a camera with a LCD monitor attached to it, and then you'll be able to use the camera to look into spaces that you wouldn't be able to see by just standing there or with your eye if the hole's too small. So this is basically a $30 camera off of Amazon. It's on the budget side. There are better ones out there or more expensive ones, but hopefully this one will do the job for our project Integra that we're working on. You'll be able to see that in a separate video, but pretty much the cylinder on one of the cylinders on the engine isn't working, so then we're going to use this endoscope, or some people would call it a borescope, to find out what's going on inside of the engine before we tear it apart. So this one is from a seller called SKYEAR. It's a 4.3 inch 1080p monitor with a camera that has 8 LEDs attached to it. The cable itself appears to be 16.4 foot semi-rigid cable, and it's a IP67 screen. So I'll link this same borescope in the description in case you want to get one and try it out yourself. But here it is. So here's the contents of it. We opened up the box. Pretty simple, generic box there, and then it comes with the manual here. You can see that there's different languages in here, but here's the English one. Pretty much just the functions of it, and then the accessories. So then you get the hook, magnet, mirror, and the fixing device, basically the thing that will hold these attachments to the camera. I'm thinking for what we're doing, we'll probably need to use the mirror one, so we'll keep that aside and keep it near us. But so here's the borescope itself. It comes with the battery built in, and then a charging cable here. But the unit itself, I mean, it's made of pretty cheap plastic. This thing is only 30 bucks, and it does come with the LCD and a camera, so I assume they're not making too much money off of this. But the cable itself, it is semi-rigid, so that's good if you need to actually bend this beforehand and keep it to in pointing that direction to get it somewhere. When you're buying these borescopes or endoscopes, there are different options. There is a flexible style, or basically a non-rigid cable, and a rigid one. So just make sure you're buying the cable according to the type of job you're trying to do. That will make things a lot easier. And so the unit itself, looks like there's a reset button. Yeah, there's a reset button and the USB port for charging. And then all your controls here. I went with this version just because it has a handle to it, and I think it'll be kind of nice to use with the handle. But there are versions with just the screen itself. For a more compact setup, you won't have this extra handle. I think it would be cool if they added a thread at the bottom so you could actually set it up onto a tripod maybe, but this one doesn't. So here's the unit itself, and it's actually pretty clear. I mean, it has a good sharpness to it. There is probably a small focus distance, so then let's see here. Yeah, so about 6 inches you're out of focus, and then anything closer it stays in focus. But let's see how close we get. I would say up to an inch. So about 1 inch to 6 inch is the focus distance on this. So the battery's fully charged already, so that's cool. It's probably a lithium battery, but let's test it here. We'll just use it on here and then see what these buttons do. So there's a digital zoom. It only goes up to 2 times, but that's good if you could only get so far in something. You want to just zoom in and get a better view. And then here's your LED brightness. So it looks like it goes from 180 60, and then 0. And then these buttons here on the side are your contrast buttons, and then I assume this is maybe black and white. Yep. So black and white, and then let's see what this one does. It just resets. So I'm not sure what exactly it resets. And then here's a 180 if you want to flip it. Basically just flips the orientation of the monitor. But overall, I think it's a pretty good camera for the price. And it'll do what we need it to do. So Endoscope from Amazon for $29.99. And I think this LCD is pretty good, but I think what I want to try also is the camera itself that hooks up to your phone. Because I figured this unit would be extra storage, and then if you, for me at least, I always have my phone with me, so it's a little easier to just have the camera and I'll just plug it into my phone every time I need to use it. Plus you get a better monitor through your modern mobile phone versus one of these little lower quality, but still pretty good for what it is. And here I just wanted to show you guys the accessories that came with the Endoscope. So you get that magnet, which is pretty cool in case you drop something somewhere that you can't reach, or maybe down like a drain pipe. You could attach this and then fish your way through, and if it's something steel or stainless steel, it'll attach. Otherwise you get the hook itself. So just say if someone dropped a ring down the sink drain, you could potentially fish it out with this and not have to call a plumber. So for only 30 bucks, not bad versus getting someone to come to your house to do it for you. And then here is the mirror. So this is the one that we will be using with our setup. And it looks like once you get that on there, it'll clip into place, and then we'll test out this mirror just to see how clear it is. So hopefully you could see the screen here. And then so now we actually got the camera pointing up to the ceiling, and then we're using the mirror here to look at the paper. So it's a little tricky to navigate with the mirror here, but you get a pretty good read on that paper. I don't know if you can see it on that camera there or on the screen. So yeah, this works actually pretty good. The only thing is that everything's going to be in reverse when you do get that reflection on the mirror, so you just have to keep that in mind when you're trying to view your object. So yeah, if you want to see a video of us using it, tune into the Integra restoration series, and the second video is where we'll be using this endoscope to inspect that engine. Thanks for watching, everyone.